Just smooth for life.
What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel, man. You know your boy 3 had to do it again. Back with another video. You know what's good. Today we will be going over my photography studio, but before we get into that, if you haven't checked out my IG just yet, make sure you go hit that follow button, man. Check my IG out. Put those up right there for y'all. And if you haven't checked out my website where you can see everything I do, all the exclusive content, everything from instrumentals to photography to my music videos, all that good stuff, go there, check that out. But today, we will just be going over the equipment that I use. I will be linking everything down in the description. So if you want to check out the pricing and all that good stuff, because I don't remember off the top of my head, you can hit those links. If you want to shop around, you know, do your thing, do your research. They will be down in the description, like I said. But let's go ahead and check out this equipment. All right, YouTube, I'm going to give y'all a glimpse of the photography studio real quick so y'all can see everything that I'm using. The studio and whole. Shout out to my man J Smooth right here. The other half of Studio 3. You about to get his photo shooting in.
What's up, y'all?
STONAVILLE, you already know.
Yeah, you got the STONAVILLE. Shout out I Am Young P.
But I'm gonna let y'all see everything from the computer to the camera to the backdrop. So let's go ahead and go over the first thing really quick. Alright, so the first thing I want to go over is the camera that I like to use for taking pictures, which is my Nikon D500. The lens that I like to use with this camera is the 35mm prime Sigma lens. I love using this lens to take portrait shots. The camera that I get most of the video production on is the camera that we're using right now, which is the Canon EOS R. Now I do get pictures with that as well. I like taking pictures with my, I think I got a 105mm. Like to get shots with that, but mostly outdoors with that camera. But indoors, this is the camera that I like to use. This camera is a crop sensor camera. So with a 35mm lens, is equivalent to a 50mm lens. Alright, so when it comes to my camera, I need something to hold my camera, which I use 2 tripods, but this tripod right here is the main tripod that I use. The name of this tripod is called a 3-pod. You already know I had to cover when I seen the name 3, but all jokes aside, this tripod right here is really sturdy. It has the release plate on it. It also has the fluid head on it. And this tripod that I set down right here is a cheaper tripod that I used to use all the time. But the reason why it's still around because it has this head that can swivel left and right, which this tripod can't. So sometimes I want to get a steady portrait shot with my camera, so I just have it face that way. So that's why I keep this tripod around. Alright, so the next thing I want to go over is the lighting that I use. Now there's a couple different lights that I use, but the first one I do want to talk about is my main light that I use in the studio and the dome that I use. So the dome that I use is the Octagon Aperture Dome 2. Now I love this dome. I use this with my video lighting as well when I'm out in the field, but when I'm in the studio I use it for photography, set up with my flash, which is my AD200 Pro Godox. Well, Godox AD200 Pro is the flash that I use. I just got this flash. I love it. I just dropped my baby. If you haven't seen the vlog where I talk about how I dropped my flash, then go check that out. I was in Tampa. But outside of that, this is a great flash to use. Telling you, if you don't have a flash when you're doing your studio photography or your outdoor photography, you need to go get a flash that goes off the camera. Like, you will love the results. Alright, so my complimentary lights that I use with my Godox flash is the Fobby Tech Studio Pros. Now I use these lights for filling lights, so if I'm trying to get some dramatic shot where I'm not using my flash, but most of the time I am using these lights for video production like I'm doing now. As you can see, I have one over here. We just bouncing the lights around, and I have one over here. Now these lights did come in a set of 3. I think I paid about like 2 something. I will be linking everything down in the description, so if you want to go check it out and do your own research, you definitely could. These lights are definitely great for video production and for filling lights. Like I said, this is the Fobby Tech Studio Pro. Now this particular one right here has a swivel head, so you can do like overhead shots. Yeah, like you can lift it up and do overhead shots and get that dramatic light on top of the head, or however you want to set it up and get them angles. Alright, so we hit the lights real quick just to show y'all these RGB lights that we have. Now these lights came in a pack of 2. These is the GVM RGB lights. They do different lighting effects. You can have it on solid color like party mode, like we showing you right now. Just for example, we use these to give the photography just spice it up a little bit with some RGB colors. Or if we out in the field doing some video production, we want to add that flair to the video. Definitely a cop, like I said, link in the description of everything that we have. I would say you need some type of RGB lights for your photography production. Having the white and the yellow is cool, but when you can definitely add some contrast or some different colors in there, it definitely makes your pictures better. Alright, so another thing that helps out with lighting tremendously is a reflector. This is a 43-inch reflector right here. This is a 5-in-1. So you have your black, your gold, your white, your silver, and the neutral color inside. What I have this attached to, and I like using this for headshots or also to help bounce light off for like a hair light or something, or filling light. I have this attached to this arm right here. So I just put it here. So I just attach it on here. And then I can maneuver it how I want to maneuver it. If I want to have it for a headshot to get those shadows from underneath the chin, or bounce the light however I want to bounce it. Alright, so right here I have my backdrops. Now these are the Savage seamless backdrops. I have the red one up, and over in the corner I have the white, black, and yellow. And like I said, everything will be linked down in the description if you want it. I can't remember the actual dimensions on these backdrops, but if you want to check it out, they will be down there. You can do your research. You can get shorter, wider, longer, however you choose to do it. But they have a bunch of varieties. Definitely will be copping some more colors in the future. And I would say backdrops are great to have in Photoshop or whatever program you're using. You can manipulate the background, but to get that authentic, original, already in there for you is nothing like it. Alright, so the last couple of things that I want to go over is over here on my shelf. But before I get into that, I'm going to say that you definitely need a mirror for your client. They need to be able to see themselves at, I don't want to say all times, but at all times they need a reference to see what their face looking like, or their makeup, or their hair, or whatever the case may be. But over here is my shelf where I just throw things on, grab and go type of thing. I have 2 speed lights over here. I would say you definitely need speed lights when you're out in the field. Maybe you're doing some work in a club, or you're at a wedding and you can't set lights up. These are definitely good for filling lights. I have one for my Nikon, one for my Canon. We'll be linking both of these down in the description. I have a Bluetooth speaker right here. So if I want to connect and play some music, normally I play it from my studio, but if my client want to hook up their phone and play some music, definitely have the Bluetooth ready for them. I have 2 wireless triggers over here, one for my Canon, one for my Nikon. This is the X Pro C and the X Pro N for the Godox wireless triggers. Love these things. Like I said, that flash is amazing. What else I have down here? I have a couple of mounts down here to go on my stands. I have also a clamp. These little extra accessories definitely come in handy, because I don't know what I need to clamp or what I need to extend. Also, my wireless triggers for my speed lights, just in case I want to set it up on the stand and put a soft box over top of them. I can do that with these speed lights as well. And then I have my tethering cable right here. So I normally will hook this up to my camera, connect it to my laptop, and have my laptop connected to my monitor, so I can see what's going on and the client can see what's going on. So maybe we didn't get a super crisp photo, but she wants to do the pose, or he wants to do the pose over. We can have a reference, get the right pose, call it a day with that. Also, 2 spray bottles, or a couple spray bottles, I would say is a definite. Water, maybe like some baby oil, you spray it on the client, have them shiny, looking glossy, all that good stuff. But just a couple things that I have to stand. My bad, I'm super loud down here. So this is the photography studio. So you want to make sure you have great lighting. Lighting is everything. Just use your equipment to your best of your abilities. If you have any questions, leave a comment. I'll go in further detail in any of these things that you might have questions on. Like, subscribe to the channel. This is your boy 3, and I'm out.